What's up everybody, Griffey here. If you're a huge horror fan and have an even huger bank account, here is a list of the most valuable horror movie props you can spend all that money on. There are many iconic horror movie killer costumes. Candyman's coat and hook, Pinhead's exposed nipple rope, Freddy's sweater and glove, which is why it's odd to me that it's in fact Jason Voorhees' costume that sold for more than any other killer's wardrobe. I know Jason drowned, but I didn't realize he had this much drip. What I find even more shocking is that out of all of the Jason costumes to top this group, it's the Jason costume from the 2009 remake. That's right, the remake that has Jason as a bud farmer and a string and bell enthusiast is the costume that sold for a whopping $45,000. If you're ranking the Jason costumes in order of what I would buy, number 1, Jason Lives. This is Zombie Jason reborn by lightning. 2, I would take Jason X. This is Super Shredder Jason. That's just cool to have in your house. Number 3, I am definitely buying Jason from the final chapter. That's right, where Corey Feldman lost his hair and we were promised that he would become Jason and never did. Although maybe he is now if you're following him musically on TikTok. Who wouldn't want to look in the cold, dead eyes and gently gasping lips of the creature from the Black Lagoon every day? Give him little fishy kisses. Just me? Apparently not. A Gill-Man Mask sold for a staggering $70,000. And it's not even the original. It's a mask from the sequel, Revenge of the Creature. This movie was a 3D film that essentially asked the question, what would happen if you took the creature and put him in an aquarium? Like King Kong at SeaWorld. And nothing scary has ever happened at SeaWorld. The movie may not be quite the ride the original was, but the Gill-Man was still incredible as a movie monster. Designed by FX genius Bud Westmore, his family eventually sold this from his personal collection. If I was gonna buy a prop from this era, it would definitely be the creature from the Black Lagoon suit. I would feel a little cheated that I could only buy the face and not the body, because I want to wear this thing. I want to get in there. I don't care what it smells like. I don't care how tight it is. I'm sure that I'm not the shape of a Gill-Man. I want to get in that suit. My guess is that as they were building and making the monster for this creature from the Black Lagoon movie, they didn't realize that in the year 2025, there would be an overweight guy opining to buy that mask and how much money that would be worth. They probably thought they were just making another B monster movie, not an all-time classic. I do want to wear that suit. Damn. That would be really cool. Alien is one of the best films of all time. A horrifying journey through space with a gang of space truckers that run afoul of the universe's most perfect killing machine. It comes as no surprise to me that props or costumes from Alien would make this list of most prized props. The chest burster, the adult xenomorph, Ash's head or murder magazine, even a taxidermy Jonesy. It is bizarre to me that the costume that delivered the massive $204,000 price tag was in fact Ripley's spacesuit. I guess that's cool. When you made your wife angry again for buying more Spirit Halloween animatronics, you can slide into your spacesuit and try to blow her out of an airlock. That may be a personal one, but survival is worth a hefty price tag. In marriage, no one can hear you scream.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
This is definitely the most shocking revelation of this list to me. I grew up on the Trilogy of Terror, a made-for-TV anthology horror film that has Karen Black playing a myriad of messed up characters in 3 short films, the most famous of which is Amelia. The story begins when Amelia is on the phone with her very rude mother, explaining how she bought a small wooden warrior statue for her anthropologist boyfriend. Tale as old as time. As long as the golden belt remains on the doll's waist, all is good. Of course it falls off immediately and the Zuni fetish doll begins to hunt this poor woman. My mother loved this movie and we would watch it all the time. There's a famous scene where Karen Black runs into the bathroom and locks herself in. The doll takes his knife and is running it under the door frame. My mom would use this as a parenting tactic on us constantly. If we were in our room being too loud or throwing things, a butter knife would wiggle under the door to scare the hell out of us. If we were in the bath splashing too loud, she would wiggle that knife under the door to scare us into submission to act right. My mom used horror movies for parenting effect, and I don't know that it worked. You be the judge. I am stunned to know how many other people love this movie too, but to think that this prop sold in 2019 for a mind-blowing $200,000 is a fact I can't wrap my mind around. Pre-auction estimates were hopeful that it would fetch $12,000, which this doll eviscerated. I'm just going to assume it was my mother that bought this doll to continue to terrorize me and my children to keep this family tradition alive. There are so many horror movie murder weapon props I would love to own. Freddy's claw, Ash's boomstick, Hellraiser's puzzle box, the phallic guitar drill from Slumber Party Massacre 2, that is rad. Of all these wild weapons, it is the simple axe from The Shining that chops someone's wallet to bits, earning a $209,000 price tag in 2019. An interesting tidbit about this prop in particular, some guy bought this from the set in auction to use as an actual axe to chop normal wood. I guess someone must have yelled at him and he got it through his head that this would be valuable someday. But imagine if this prop had been destroyed by actually just chopping wood and not human beings. That would have been pitiful. Hanging Jack Torrance's axe above your mantle feels like it justifies this price tag. Even though some of the other stuff is more visually interesting, this axe perfectly encapsulates what makes The Shining so cool to me. That's it for this list of most valuable horror movie props. Hopefully this video blows up and makes me rich enough to buy the camera from Peeping Tom. Until then, I'll just keep filming selfies on my iPhone. Fingers crossed.